All right, y'all. What's going on? Welcome back to Hear Me Out Podcast, Season 3, Episode 7. Sheesh.
Oh, this my jam, nigga. We some dopamine fiends. I just popped and said so big, y'all. All these drugs inside of me, y'all. It'll be the death of me, y'all.
Our videographer is missing in action, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay. Shout out 301 Alejandro, dope photographer, dope videographer. We got our friend Pablo Pierce, PK, in the building. Diego, what's up with you, homie?
Not much, pretty good. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, man. Brother. We are doing fantastic because we have a new little human here in the building. Who is this girl and what is her name?
So my daughter Samara is here. Her full name is Samara Amarilis Armistead Peñate.
Wow.
And she's
mouthful.
Oh wait, did I go last name? My last name first, technically, I guess. It's Peñate Armistead. But she's 3 months old. She'll be 4 months on the 6th of next month. And yeah, she's having a blast. She sees all this stuff and she's like, "Whoa!"
It's so crazy. I always say this every time I see a friend or just anybody I know that has a child. It is a task to take care of a human being. This is we all were this size at one point in time, man.
For real.
But it's also really cool, just seeing new life, man. Carry on your guys' family name.
Yeah, for sure. It's we took her to the National History, or is it American History Museum? Yeah, and we just she won't remember this, but I wanted her to come by and see because her name is in there. Her last name, her Macaw's last name Armistead is there because her family was in charge of the original U.S. flag, and they had protected it for generations before it was donated to the museum. And I was like, that's I think she could be one day coming in on a field trip and be like, hey, that's your name, that'd be so cool, because that happened to Macala. So I'm like, that's family history that she gets to see, and it's close by, and it's national history, Right.
Aww.
Tell us one more time.
She just tooted.
She did, really?
Yeah.
Tell us one more time. What's her full name again?
So her full name is Samara Amarilis Peñate Armistead.
Beautiful name. Yeah, I would say round of applause, but that'd be too loud. So we'll do the little. What are these?
We'll do the baby shark. We'll do the baby shark.
The baby shark. Hey man, yeah, it sucks that we don't have the camera, man, but it's okay. All right, so we're gonna get to this Q&A question, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everyone that checks out the full length audios, man, because I know those can be kind of a hassle to get through sometimes. 40 plus minutes.
I listen to all of them.
My man.
Hey, my man was telling me that he listens
loyal.
to all of them, and he was on for season 1, episode 23. 23.
Jordan joint.
And you know what's crazy? I was mentioning to the guys, we had one of the guys. You saw the one we posted last night, right? With the chef.
Yep.
We had
that
him
was
on.
Dope.
We had him on for episode 22. And then
I didn't even beat that. That's cool.
And then now this week we got 23 coming back.
That's
so it's
dope.
It came in order from last year.
That's crazy.
Wait, who's 24?
Yeah, 24? Oh man, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, 24. It was just us. We were talking about Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
That's back when I first started hopping on the Fortnite wave.
See, now the new wave is Apex or whatever.
I know, right?
Everybody is on that. I've been streaming a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really into trying to see what new games are popping up, and one of my friends hit me and was like, yo, you should really play Apex. And I'm like, what is this game? And he's like, bro, it's Fortnite, but more and it feels like Halo. And
that's what I hear.
What?
It's like an Overwatch feel.
That's what everybody's telling me, and I'm like, that sounds awesome. I literally have played Halo for years when I was a kid, and I loved the game. And then I was like, might as well try it out. So the next stream I'm gonna do is definitely gonna be Apex. I'm gonna try it out because I've been playing so many different games and old school throwback games, but I really want to see what this is about because all this hype is coming up around it. So.
Dude, yeah, man. But do you think it has the kind of staying power that Fortnite has?
I don't know. Fortnite got a really big push, especially with streamers like Ninja and a lot of kids really being into it, and then
Marshmello basically like recreated a new buzz for them.
Yeah.
For Fortnite, man.
With the concert and
They
everything.
were dying a little bit. Fortnite was dying
bit.
a little bit.
But
Like
I mean,
Ninja specifically is dying badly, bro. Like
You
in
think
terms
so?
of views. Hell yeah.
oh yeah, he's definitely like dropping a little bit, but I feel like he's smart enough, like, and then like that whole culture is smart enough to be like, okay, like we're gonna like hit this new game or like start this other like side thing, and then they're definitely gonna be up there because people like Tyler, which is his name, like Tyler's definitely smart enough, like he's gonna kill it. So
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what they do because you're right, like they're definitely Fortnite is dying down. So what are they gonna do now? Like
Hop on the new game.
Yeah, we'll see how it
Especially
goes.
because the skill gap is like, it's like all really close. Like no one is particularly like amazing, better than anybody else. Like right now is the chance for everybody to go in and get their their little lessons in, get some wins.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I see Daquan is streaming heavy.
Oh yeah, I
Apex.
did see that.
He's streaming Apex heavy. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, it's the. I want to get Brooks in on this, but my man right here, he's too focused for these video games out here.
I had to retire from that shit.
Yeah.
I have too much fun, or like I get too involved in it. So I would literally waste that whole day away just
Yeah.
playing 2K or like Madden or
Yep.
whatever. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Me and Brenda spent basically like the whole weekend playing GTA 5 when we got back from
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Mexico.
crazy, bro. Yeah.
Oh, let's
Just
talk.
for fun.
Let's
Just
talk
for
about
fun.
that for a second. So we went to Mexico.
Oh
for-
yeah, I saw
yeah.
that. You guys had a blast.
Dude.
That was so cool.
much fun, yeah.
All I want to say about that trip is this. I'm not gonna like overindulge. You know, I posted a lot on social media, but I will say this: if you are looking for a getaway, not a vacation, a getaway, because for me and for I mean, I think so also for you. I don't want to speak for you, but like being away from home, I feel like that far away in a place where nobody knows you, and it's like your only objective is to just relax, bro. Like that's crazy. The being away from home part is like the best part. Like that far away, like if someone's looking for you, you're not gonna find me.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's just like that secluded, like it's like a different world. But anyways, Mexico was very fun. Sandos Resort. Shout out to the whole staff and like the cooks. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Man.
food was great.
It was awesome. The drinks,
So good.
everything,
Oh, yeah.
That's
everything.
dope.
Yeah, man. So
Even the dancing people too.
even the dance people, we got into a conga line. We got into a conga line.
I saw that.
Yeah, man. It was like one of the few times that I've been like in a room full of people like that were all like clearly like way out of our tax bracket, you know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. But yeah, man. So we're gonna get to this Q&A that we got going on for y'all. Appreciate everyone that sent in the questions. I know for sure that Kimberly sent in the most questions, so
Yeah.
shout out to Kim Yesenia.
Super
Shout out,
loyal. Thank you
Critter.
all very,
Yeah,
very much.
she
Love
was
ya.
like real crazy with the questions. All right, so we might as well get to a few of hers first. These are a couple that she sent in to Frankie J. So do you want to dish these out, Frankie, or you want me to dish them out?
You dish them out.
You want me to dish them out? All right, I'm good. We are going to answer every single question. Like I said, we answer everything. Get personal if you need to. Okay.
All right.
So question number 1. Would you guys be into roasting, like listening to a trash song and going on it? I guess kind of like a review or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I think if it's all for
that.
fun, that's dope. Like,
But it all
Yeah.
depends who are we listening to. Are we listening to someone local or are we listening to someone who's never going to know about our opinions? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm.
Because like if it's a local, like feelings might get hurt, but I'm going to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I've never been the type of person to be like, yo, bro, this song is fire,
I feel
bro.
like it can be famous too, because some famous people are trash.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
I mean,
Okay, who are some
lyrically,
famous
you're
people?
weird.
That'll be
Blueface.
for clout points.
Lil who?
Blueface is trash.
Yeah,
That's
Blueface
Blueface.
is pretty
Yeah.
trash.
Bro, there's this-
That's like a universal opinion too, though. So it's not like
Yeah.
we saying
I don't know.
anything new.
There's this my sister who's younger than I am, like by a few years, was listening to some person, I think Manny is in her name or something, and I was listening to it and I'm like, bro, lyrically, this guy is garbage. I'm like this man is all production and like I think so many people lyrically could body this man. And I'm like,
But that's just not the wave anymore.
It's
bro.
apparently not.
I
Apparently,
could
like
speak-
these
I
kids
could
are
speak
listening
for
to
the
stuff
youth.
like that, bro.
I can speak for the youth on this one, bro.
I don't know about
I
that.
represent the young kids on this one. Generation X or whatever generation comes after
I
us.
don't know.
You know, I will say this much. I would much rather go to a like a Young Thug concert than to go to like a JID concert.
Okay, I'm saying Young Thug
or like
could
a J.
bury
Cole
this man.
even.
I'm saying Young Thug could bury this man.
Bury who?
Young
This
Thug
Manny
He
person.
can rap though. He got some lyrics.
Yeah, he's
So you're
lyrical.
saying-
He's lyrical.
He's lyrically talented, but I'm saying this guy specifically has very little lyrical ability.
Are y'all
Okay,
telling me
fair.
that y'all really think Young Thug is like a lyrical
I don't
like
think
guy?
I don't
like
think
that?
he's a lyrical guy. I'm saying he has talent lyrically. I'm saying there's
Sure.
a reason why people listen to Young Thug, and it's like most of the time probably is mostly for protection. But there are some times where like you'll listen and you're like, okay, I rock with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Just because Young Thug not only is he very real, but he's like he likes to, not it.
He plays
flaunt,
around
but
with
he's
everything.
yeah,
He
and
plays around
he's
with everything on his-
he's
on his
very
records.
and he's very I don't know what the word. I guess he's enjoying what he's got now. Like, and he's very much like, I worked really hard for this, so I'm gonna enjoy this. And then like he makes very upbeat music, very music that's like everybody's gonna be like with, everybody's gonna be riding on that wave.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you might listen to somebody else who's all production, and then they're saying stuff that you're just like, this person is a clown. Like, what are you saying? So I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm thankful for Young Thug though. You know why? Because he's launched some new talent. Gunna, Lil Baby,
Yeah, man.
There's
Young Thug's
more,
for the
too.
people. Young Thug's for the people, man.
Yeah,
Young Thug.
Yeah.
Young Thug is for the culture, for sure.
I'll say that.
For sure. All right, so that's question number 1. Would we ever do a roast session? Yes, we definitely would. All right, so
That's for the YouTubes.
question
YouTubes, for
number
sure.
2. Why did you wanna be
I guess
part
this is
of?
more. It's for Frankie and Alejandro, but because Alejandro's not here, I guess we should do it for Frankie.
Yeah.
So she asked, "Why did you want to be a part of HMO?" And I
Here,
guess the same
I'm gonna
thing.
send you all the questions and then just read the questions off your phone and go IG live on mine because I can't do both.
Oh, that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just send me them then.
I just sent them to Brooks on accident. Hold on, I'll send it to you. Alrighty, alright, let me see your phone. Alright.
Dang.
Alright. Send the other questions that you had to her phone. Like the screenshots that you sent me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, send those to her as well. Alright, so the question was I'm bald. I had so much hair on my head before.
It's different, right? It's a different feeling.
Yeah, it feels nice to not have anything on
Your
my
head be like-
except
your
for
head
this
feel
cut
like
that I just
completely
saw
different.
for the first time.
No, man.
You're so sensitive.
I'm ready for my next haircut because I'm so tired of having hair past this length. Like, this is too much. Too much.
I mean, it has a signature green patch on.
I need
it.
more green, bro. It's too little right now.
I'm about to do my hair blonde and look like Eminem.
Please don't.
No.
God, for the love of God, please
Yep,
don't.
I'm doing it. Done.
Real
I'm the only
Slim
one doing
Pedro,
blonde.
please stand up.
Yes, sir. All right, so question number 2 is for Frankie.
Can I have my
Yeah.
phone?
Hold on, I'm gonna use it for the.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so go ahead, Frankie.
Uh-oh.
What was the question again?
Why did you want to be a part of HMO?
Dang.
Was it that straight up, or was it like more details?
He was
to
trying
it?
to run
It was-
away.
it
I
was
think it was
straight
just
up.
that straight up.
Yeah.
Why?
Actually, you came up to me and asked me if I wanted to join because you guys need a new sound guy. So I was like, okay. I'm sort of into this type of thing.
He's also the podfather.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Podfather on the low.
For real though.
Yeah, so, after college, I wanted to do something like this for a radio show, do a talk show or something for entertainment, A lot of bad things are happening in the world, so we need, distraction.
For sure.
So, yeah. So I joined just for practice, basically.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Hey man, this guy Frankie, taught me everything I know about this shit, man. And then by the time season 2 rolled around, that's when you started
joined.
rocking with us.
Yep.
Yeah. And Frankie had already done radio show and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a bit of experience underneath my belt.
yeah, man.
Shout out
So
to MC radio station.
Yep.
MC radio station got that's where I got started too, man. Just hop in the little podcasting booth and just do my thing, man. I remember the first day I did it, you were like, damn, you bother you, bro, because you saw me. I just got in there. And just
Yeah,
got
you
right
were
to it.
so focused.
What's good, Leno? Yeah, and then so that's that question. Frankie joining HMO podcast. So question number 3. Hey, what are some songs y'all recommend we play in the background, guys?
Some songs.
All right, so Frankie, it's another question for you. Is it hard always dealing with Pedro's loud ass voice, always screaming? So
yes,
that's from Kimberly.
Yes, that's it's like really difficult because there'll be moments when Brooks is like really low, so I had to turn him up, and then Pedro will be like yelling. I was like, crap. So then I had to turn down Brooks' mic and turn his mic down, and then sometimes it's hard to keep up, you know.
Yeah, hell of a job, don't you, buddy?
Yeah, but I mean, I still love it. It's fun.
Audio monitoring is weird. Like,
yeah,
whenever I'm editing audio, because I have to edit sometimes for videos and stuff like that, I'm just like, bro, I'm glad I only have one voice to worry about, because I have mine, and that's it. You know? I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
So, like, these two have, like, opposite voice, so it's a bit hard to...
Crazy.
It's
that's
hard
crazy.
to keep up.
I'm sorry you don't make your job easier, but
hey,
you're still enjoying it, right?
Yeah, it's a challenge. I love challenges. Yeah, it's all about challenge.
All right, what's up? You want to read the next question you got for us?
Sure. Okay, so this is for HMO. No shade, no tea, but
oh god, it's already shade, it's already tea.
Since Alejandro's new, do you think he takes the podcast serious?
Yeah.
No freaking question.
Do I feel like Alejandro, 301 Alejandro, cameraman? Do I feel like, all right, look, I will say this, he's not here. But
just to try
he does a damn good job at what he does do when he is here, and I pardon him for not being here because, you know, he probably got shit to do. And you know what? I give major ups to Alejandro, not only for being a part of the podcast, not only for filming it and using, like, memory, using time of his day, you know, effort out of, like, you know, he shows real effort, you know what I mean? Like, and he never asked me to give him any money because, you know, people with cameras, you know, sometimes they want to make their money, you know what I mean? Never charge me a penny, you know what I'm saying? So, like, and for that, I think it's really dope because I feel like videographers should be compensated, you know what I mean? So, shout out.
Bro, I can tell you from exposure. I can tell you from a videographer standpoint, like, editing videos, taking your time to, like, just not even just take footage and then like just cut it and paste it and put it all in one thing. Like, I can tell Alejandro takes his time to do things. Like, he's not.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I can see, like, this man's putting effort into what he wants to create, and then that's all you can ask for out of a videographer, and then getting better through honing your craft, you know.
For sure, man.
You can tell when you look at the content, you look at the product, like, you can tell someone put a lot of effort into whatever work is coming out.
All right, so pick another one of those questions that are like.
Yeah, you didn't write these down.
Here, let me see.
Remy?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some cooking up in the kitchen for you guys too.
Sir.
I had my leg while 3 people joined.
Dog, I'm already.
y'all, man.
I already got
a
shirt from Remy because I'm like, I need this merch. I need to support my guys. Like,
so the
Remy's
next
doing
question,
a lot, and I really
want
to. I want to be there when.
All right, guys. The next question for the Q&A. All right, so this one is for Brenda. Ooh. Okay, so some people. Yeah, a bunch of these are from Kimberly. Like I said, shout out to Kimberly.
Super loyal.
Asking a whole bunch of questions. All right, y'all. So here's the question. Brenda, since people fake on you for makeup appointments, what can you do so people take your skills more serious?
So they can take me more serious. I'm doing the deposits now, like I posted. $20 deposits because and non-refundable because I take my time to request off from both my jobs, go buy anything new to use on the person's face, and so deposit
how much?
20.
Follow you on what page?
Brendoza MUA.
That's right. That's damn right. Y'all go check. Yo, she's so tough with the makeup. I'm trying to tell you guys.
Yeah.
So if you're a girl and you don't want your like to have crusty makeup, go see her right there. Okay.
Self-taught.
The prices are really not that bad.
They're not.
Come on.
They're not.
No. All right. So, question number. Whatever. I lost count.
4, 5.
Yeah.
Number 4 or 5.
Ah.
All right, so this one is for the entire HMO crew.
Okay.
I know you initially wanted it to be about sports. What made you guys change from just sports? All right, so we changed season 1, episode 6. So we were doing sports, and then Muzzy came through with Pete's and Ace Free Thought. Shout out Ace Free Thought's Pete's, Muzzy.
Yes, sir.
And then we were talking about sports, and we were also talking about music. And since Pete's and Ace are musicians, like having them on was like pretty dope. Like they posted on their page and people listened to it, and I was like, damn, like there was actually a lot of people listening to it. It's like 100-some people listened to it, and so that made me think like that'll open up our basically raise the ceiling for us in terms of like how far we can go. Because if we put ourselves in like the sports box, it's a box. You know what I mean? Like, and we can expand to a lot more things. Because we can talk about sports. We could also talk about music, fashion, politics. You know what I mean?
Pop culture,
travel, pop culture, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So like, why talk about just sports when you can talk about sports, but just not as much and include other things? And we barely talk about sports now because, like. It just took a different turn. You know what I mean? Like our audience, they were enjoying what they were hearing, and the sports, we still love sports. I mean, like me and Brooks, we still love sports. Like, and Alejandro too, I think. But like, we still love our sports. Talk our ish when the time comes. But
BTS.
Yeah, man. So that is what it is, man, and that is why we changed from sports only to. Boy, Primo, I got people in Brazil on the IG Live. What's going on? Yeah, so that's why we changed from sports to everything, basically.
Yeah, man. Shout out Muzzy for the good ideas.
Yeah, man. He's not part of the show anymore, but he contributed. I never not give the props where it's due. You know what I mean?
Change the show's whole direction.
Yep.
All right, guys. So here's another question. Did I send you yeah, there it is. All right, so my question would be, I don't even know who I'm sorry, guys, if anybody's watching this and I'm not shouting out who asked what questions. I mixed everything up. The question is, what is your motivation and your passion? Not all the front shit that people say, like financial wealth or materialism, like deep-rooted motivation that helps you overcome things like heartbreak, death in family, toxic love, ones and parents, etc. That is deep. That is a deep question.
That's a deep question.
Are y'all gonna answer this one?
Sure. Let me set my phone up somewhere so we can answer this question.
Yeah,
and I'll just keep the IG live on. Damn, yo, that question kind of like caught me by surprise.
Very loaded.
Right?
It's like,
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that question had tears in their eyes.
oh no, listening to Drake.
Right? No, bull, dude. I'm trying to think, where can I leave my phone where it could, like, I don't want to like have any wires in your guys' way.
You should invest in like a small, like tripod stand.
I have a tripod. I just can't put my phone on it.
Yeah, I mean like the phone clamp joint. It's
Yeah.
not that expensive.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, my dog. Alright. No. We'll just keep going the way we've been doing it. Alright, so
How long are you gonna do the IG live for?
for a little while more, and then we'll turn it off so you could just chop it up.
So it's not like complicated.
Alright, so basically, sheesh. Alright, how I would answer that question, I'll start off. The motivation and the passion really is to get the DMV on top. You know what I mean? And make sure that like all the talent around here is recognized. And at the same time of us, showing love to other people, we are honing our own skills, editing, preparing, like knowing what microphones to use and stuff like that. You like to do, or we all like to do the podcast. We all agree on the mission statement. You know what I mean? So there's the motivation.
And what is the mission statement, just for people to know?
Connecting the DMV, baby. we do. So basically, and when it comes to all the other stuff like financial freedom and all and stuff like that, money is it definitely is like probably like the most important thing like when it comes to like being able to sustain like a living. But like killing yourself for money, nah, I wouldn't want to achieve financial freedom that way. And yeah, this is just like such a layered question because the death in the family, I've never had it. Toxic loved ones, you learn to deal with it.
I think it's more about like what keeps you going when any of that happens. Like what is the one thing that will always drive you to beat, like no matter what happens to you. Like for me personally, recently it's my daughter. Like it's something that like everything I can think of, there's always one thing that's like, okay, well, I want to do everything in my power so that her life is the best it can be, you know.
Right.
And then even before that, it comes down to like, even when everything is going bad and like something might happen where it's like, damn, like this hits really hard, or you know something happens where it's like, okay, maybe you're not going to be able to pursue whatever passion you want to do. Like something might stop you or something might slow you down. Like you never know what's going to happen in the future. So keep going to keep doing what you want to do. Do something that's going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, you don't get buried with all your wealth. Like you get buried just with yourself and your body. Like it goes away. Like take your time to make a mark while you're here. And then especially with y'all, I think that's a really good way to say, like, you guys are really killing it and trying to spread love to the DMV and connect everybody. Because at the end of the day, they're still going to be here when you're gone. Like, you know, everybody is going to show love no matter what by the time all of us leave. If we keep up that culture, keep up that feeling, everybody's going to be showing love by the time we're long gone.
To those people saying there's too many haters in the DMV, there's the same amount of haters everywhere. It's just all about like being able to deal with it. Yo, she just stood up.
She's just standing. That's crazy, actually.
Legs getting strong.
She's like, I want to sit now.
We interrupt this program.
Babies can be distracting.
To bring you this small human standing on her
Bring
feet.
this overload of cuteness.
She's dribbling a little bit.
Yo, that's
there you go.
But yeah, I mean,
she's HMO honorary member.
This is our Gerber baby.
Yeah, man. Nah, I mean, but to anybody out there that has lost like a loved one, like from what I've learned about dealing with like any type of pain, the best way to deal with it is remembering how things are temporary. Like losing someone is forever. You know, like it's never gonna like fully be okay, but time does like kind of heal that. It turns it into a scab. Like it's not always gonna be an open cut. You know what I mean? It won't hurt forever. It's gonna be there, but it won't hurt. You know, so just remember things are temporary. Bad things, temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Temporary situations, hard times, they don't last forever, and they are given out to the strongest of the strong. So that's what I gotta say about that. I'm gonna hop off.
I always try and let people know, like, let it fuel you, you know? Because, like,
yeah.
I've unfortunately had to deal with loss in my life, and it's not, you know, thankfully it's nothing crazy, like, super, super close. Like, there's only been one time I get close, and then every time I'm just, like, when it happens to other people around me, I'm like, let it fuel you. Like, let it light a fire under you, and just, you know, let it fuel everything that you want to do. Let it be the reason for being passionate about whatever you want to be passionate about.
Just off of that tip, like, that's the part of the reason why this podcast started. Like, our friend Penny.
Yeah, when Penny passed,
Penny passed away, man. Like, the same day of his funeral, we had that meeting, and we chopped it all up and, you know, spoke about everything we wanted to do with this podcast. And, like, when my grandma passed away my junior year, like, finding out a bunch of things that she wanted me to do and, like, not living up to that potential, that inspired me to go harder in school and, like,
let it fuel you.
Yeah, man. Like, that's the most important thing that you can do. Like Pedro was saying, like, that scab is gonna be there forever, but, like, make sure you use it in a positive way instead of letting it consume you, because that pain will be there. But just
same thing with the toxic people, bro. Because there can be people in your life where like just off of like their relationship to you, you can't cut them off. Like, oh, that's my brother, that's my cousin. I can't just stop talking to my brother, cousin, mom, dad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But don't let the toxicity consume you. Like, even if it's within the family, bro, because you know what I mean. Like, it can. There's no point in you killing yourself over things you can't control. Like, people being toxic are because they're gonna be toxic, and it has nothing to do with you. You gotta remember that. Like, once you learn to take things less personal, life sucks a lot less. Trust me on that. So, yeah. So I guess that's it for that question, man. Frankie, Brenda, did y'all wanna?
No.
You pretty much cover everything.
Yeah, you
That
guys
question
did.
is heavy though.
Yeah.
For real,
That
though.
question is
Shout out to
heavy.
whoever asked that question. I'm gonna find out. All right, so the other question is, what drives us and what haunts us? I want to do what haunts us, and we can start actually with Frankie on this one. What is something that you can say honestly haunts you
Or drives you.
or drives you if you can't think of anything haunting?
Yeah, I don't have anything haunting at the moment yet. Thank God.
Don't say that. Don't say yeah. Come on, man.
Right. But what drives me, I guess, my friends and family. You know, they push me every day to, you know, keep doing me. Don't let the world, you know, change me for the worse instead of the better. Always look at things in a positive way. That's all I can think of.
That's a very good answer.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, man?
I'll try and play toward the haunting thing. So, I don't really, thankfully, I don't have any haunting experiences myself, but there's one story that I have from a friend of mine who has something that haunts him. It's nothing too serious. It's actually
Like
kind of
paranormal
funny.
type haunting?
No. It's more of like a missed opportunity that kind of bothers him, and it's kind of something that I use to like be like, okay, don't like take every opportunity you can, like don't take an opportunity for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a friend of mine who actually lived up and lived around and grew up around. I don't know if you guys know Nestle Niles. Who got really famous on Vine and like Twitter and stuff, and did the whole peace out, like disappear act thing. He's from Maryland, and he
What's his name again?
Nestle Niles. He's a dude that puts up the peace sign and just derez.
Yeah.
Nestle Niles. Look him up. He's hilarious. I love Nestle. Like shout out to Nestle Niles.
Didn't he do a video with Trill?
He used one of Trill's beats for a video. That's
right?
correct.
Yeah, I remember that.
But they were supposedly so. If you don't know, Nestle Niles was actually in the One Night music video with Lil Yachty, and a friend of mine who is a videographer, and I actually got to hang out with him, shoot around with him a little bit. Shout out to Brandon. He ended up, so he's very good friends with Nestle Niles' brother, and like he grew up with them and stuff like that. And they were they were out, but this is before Yachty did the One Night. This is actually the day of the One Night music video. They went out. So Nestle Niles went out and like shot the music video and stuff like that. And my friend Brandon was like supposedly supposed to shoot like a BTS kind of thing for him, whatever. This is before anybody really knew Yachty. This is really before like, unless you knew like Minnesota, like you didn't really know Yachty. So this is before that. And he's like, oh, we're about to go shoot this music video. You need to come through. And this man totally like was like, nah, like I don't even know this person, you know, like I don't really feel like it, and missed the chance to shoot the behind the scenes for the Lil Yachty One Night music video. And I'm like, bro, like that's crazy. That's a real big missed opportunity. And I can understand how that could haunt somebody. So it's like, every little chance I try and find, it's like, oh, you want to go like do this thing or shoot something, or I'm like, sure. Like even if it's like something small, like for like somebody from around the way, I'm like, dude, anything could happen. You don't know the
Opportunities
future.
sometimes can be worth more than money.
That's what I'm saying. You never know where a path can lead you. So like try and like look everywhere. Don't let anything pass you by, because you might end up not having the chance to meet Lil Yachty and shoot for him. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the photography and videography thing is such a like game of chance, where you can either get extremely unlucky and just get no breaks, or be like like, holy jeez, I can't believe I was here at this place this time, and like something great happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's really like very little in between. I feel like.
I mean, when I've seen, thankfully, like, I'm kind of in this place where like I'm still getting better at videography, and like I wouldn't say like I have amazing content, but I like my content. Like I enjoy what I put out, and I'm very happy with what I do. But I've seen like immense growth happen real fast when it comes to talent, and like it gets recognized. So like don't think that it's just like, you know, I'm not saying like everybody who's made it is a lucky break or anything, or like you'll need a lucky break. I'm not saying that, but like talent pays off, like, and hard work pays off. Like I've seen, so like one thing, like one person I'm using it as a like a scapegoat kind of thing. So now a good friend of mine, Vin, he's working for the highest paid tech tuber on YouTube right now.
Damn.
So he is.
I remember you speaking about this.
So yeah, I was talking about him before, like this season 1 when I was on the first, like the 23rd episode. I was talking about like, look out for Vin, like this man is gonna blow up, and this man is now is now working for like a cinematic director, or not, I forgot what his title is, but let's call him a cinematic director of MKBHD. Like the recently today crossed 8 billion, or was it 8 billion or 8 million? 8 million subs on YouTube. Jeez. Like 8 million, like that's a lot of people. Yeah. And this man works for him, and it's all because like I watched Vin start from like videos where he created them like at his house, like in his room and stuff like that, and that's how he started, and he built up his talent, and he dropped the video with his man Brandon. Shout out to Brandon, who's also a beast behind the lens and editing wise. They both dropped this video, and they both got they got messages from people high up in YouTube, like, hey, like come out to Cali, come out to Jersey, let's talk.
It really happens,
and it happens,
like that, bro.
And it turns into like I know people catch lucky breaks, and it's like some people are really just like about their connects and about their like experiences. But sometimes when you put in that work, all that work pays off. Like, so don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
that's
shout out to her, because like every time she even makes a noise, she stops.
Yep.
Like, that's amazing.
Nah, the mother
just wants more attention, huh?
Bro, I have never seen like, usually the kid is like bursting out in tears at this point. Oh my god, okay, I'm sorry.
You're gonna jinx it.
She's good. Nah, you can tell, like, the nice thing about it now is like, it's been 3 months, like we kind of know some things now, like we know like little hints here and there that's like, okay, well, I'm uncomfortable, I want to sleep, I want to eat, stuff like that. Parenting is a slow, but it's still a learning process, you know?
Right. You guys are gonna learn a lot about yourselves.
Oh,
too.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, so let's I want to like get everyone on this, but we gotta move on to the next question. So we can actually start with you on this one, Brooks. You ever ate ass on purpose?
Oh my god.
I plead the fifth. I'm not going to answer this question.
Plead the fifth. Come on, man. We're supposed to answer all questions.
That's my answer, bro.
What was it?
Have y'all ever ate ass on purpose? On
wild.
purpose. What I want to know is who eats. Yeah, who eats ass on accident?
I'm dead.
That's what I want to know.
Like, you be trying to eat the pussy and like you just go up too far. Or...
No one's tongue.
I don't know how that
seems
seems like it's still intentional. I'm like, why are you
my
moving
goodness.
that far?
That's like something like Kiss would do, you know, because they got like super long tongue.
Yeah, bro.
I guess.
Unless you have a Kiss tongue, but my answer is yes. Moving on. Next question.
That's a no for me.
No for me, dog.
That's a no for me, dog.
How does it feel being famous? Okay, we'll answer that question in like 3 years.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
We'll answer that question.
I'm trying to answer it in 1 year.
Thanks, Jasmine.
All right, we're gonna answer this question next week.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. There you go.
Nah. Give us time and then we'll answer that question. All right,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Brenda's sister, Jasmine. That was that question. All right.